When most people talk about artificial intelligence, they picture chatbots, robots, and futuristic apps. But behind every AI model, behind every ChatGPT answer, YouTube recommendation, or Tesla autopilot decision, lies something far more powerful: infrastructure. In 2025, that infrastructure is booming. The US tech sector is pouring more than $300 billion into data centers, chips, cloud networks, and energy systems, building what analysts are calling America's new digital backbone. This isn't just an upgrade, it's the largest technological build-out since the invention of the internet, and it's quietly transforming America's economy, its energy grid, and its geopolitical standing. 1. The hidden engine of AI. When OpenAI or Anthropic launch a new model, it grabs headlines. But what makes those models possible are the massive unseen data centers powering them. These aren't the quiet server rooms of the 2000s. They're sprawling industrial campuses, filled with racks of GPUs, high-voltage cables, and cooling systems so powerful they could freeze a small town. Every single day, they consume more electricity than entire cities. And this is where the AI gold rush is unfolding. Not in Silicon Valley offices, but in warehouses across Iowa, Texas, and Arizona. 2. The big tech investment wave. According to recent filings and earnings reports, America's 4 biggest tech firms, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Meta, are spending record amounts on infrastructure. Together, they're on track to invest over $300 billion by the end of 2025. Microsoft is spending more than $100 billion building new AI data centers, including massive facilities in Wisconsin and Iowa. Google is expanding its AI cloud footprint with carbon-neutral centers powered by geothermal energy. Amazon Web Services, AWS, is building modular, AI-optimized server farms across the South. Meta is doubling down on AI hardware to support its new multimodal Llama 3 model and smart glasses ecosystem. This is no longer a cloud boom, it's a compute revolution. 3. Why it's happening now. AI models are hungry for data, for compute, and for energy. The surge in model training and inference, that's the thinking process when AI gives you an answer, has caused a global shortage of chips and power. So big tech isn't waiting for the supply chain to catch up. They're rebuilding it themselves. They're designing their own chips, constructing their own server networks, and negotiating their own renewable energy contracts. For the first time, tech companies aren't just consumers of infrastructure, they're builders of it. 4. America's new industrial power map. This boom is redrawing America's geography of innovation. Silicon Valley is no longer the center of the tech universe. Instead, the AI infrastructure boom is happening in places like Iowa, Ohio, Georgia, and Texas. These states offer cheap land, renewable energy, and wide-open space, the perfect combination for hyperscale data centers. The result: billions in local investment, thousands of new jobs, and a revival of America's once-forgotten industrial regions. It's the digital version of the post-war manufacturing boom, but instead of steel and oil, it's data and electrons. 5. Data centers are the new factories. The parallels to America's industrial past are striking. In the 1950s, factories powered the middle class. Today, data centers power the digital economy. They produce not cars or appliances, but computation, the raw energy of the AI age. Each one houses tens of thousands of chips that process, store, and route data, generating billions in value through automation, analytics, and cloud computing. And just like factories, these centers are spawning entire ecosystems around them, from chip suppliers to clean energy developers to construction firms specializing in AI-ready infrastructure. This is Industrialization 2.0, cleaner, smarter, and faster. 6. The energy equation, AI's new fuel. But there's a catch. AI runs on electricity, and the more AI grows, the more energy it needs. In 2025, U.S. data centers already consume an estimated 5% of the nation's total power, and that number could triple by 2030. To manage that, tech companies are racing to secure long-term energy deals, often with renewables. Microsoft is investing in nuclear microreactors for its next-generation data centers. Google is tapping geothermal wells in Nevada to power its AI clusters. Amazon has signed deals for 12 gigawatts of solar and wind energy. Energy independence is the new competitive advantage, because in the AI economy, whoever controls the power controls the profit. 7. The chip shortage that sparked the revolution. The other driver behind this infrastructure explosion is the GPU shortage. NVIDIA's H100 and upcoming Blackwell chips are so in demand that orders are backlogged for months. That shortage created a domino effect. Companies began stockpiling GPUs, designing alternatives, and building facilities to house them. It's a hardware arms race unlike anything the world has seen, and it's only getting bigger. Because AI progress isn't limited by software anymore, it's limited by compute. 8. Wall Street's response: infrastructure is the new gold. Investors have taken notice. The market capitalization of companies tied to AI infrastructure, from NVIDIA to Broadcom, Supermicro, Equinix, and Digital Realty, has skyrocketed. Private equity funds are pouring billions into power grids, fiber networks, and cooling technology. Infrastructure stocks have become the new growth story, offering the kind of long-term returns once reserved for oil and telecom. Because everyone knows the same truth. No AI model, no matter how advanced, can run without power and silicon. 9. The global race for compute. America isn't alone in this race. China, the EU, and Middle Eastern nations are all investing heavily in their own AI infrastructure. But the US holds a key advantage: an ecosystem of tech giants, cloud providers, and chip designers all operating under one flag. That coordination gives America a massive head start in building the world's first national AI grid, a distributed system of compute that could eventually rival energy networks in scale and importance. It's not science fiction, it's national strategy. 10. The takeaway: the new infrastructure age. The AI boom isn't just about smart machines, it's about the physical foundation that makes intelligence scalable. The $300 billion being poured into America's data centers, chip plants, and energy systems will define the next century of economic power, just like railroads and highways did a century ago. The companies building this infrastructure aren't just shaping technology, they're shaping civilization. Because in the future, nations won't compete over oil or steel, they'll compete over compute capacity. And right now, America is building its advantage, one data center, one chip, and 1 gigawatt at a time.